Hello YouTube, my gardening family. Today I'm going to be going over my cauliflower harvest and just doing a walkthrough of my garden after the hailstorm that we had here in North Texas. And I'm also going to put some trellises or tomato cages on my tomatoes because they have grown wild. Welcome back, by the way. And if you are new here, welcome. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And here I am just showing you all my two cauliflowers that I harvested. I started out with 6, but I discovered that that was just way too many. They were not growing because, of course, I had too many in one of my pots. So these are the two that I have left. I'm very excited about them. And as you can see, I have a little bit of purple on them, and this is normal, by the way, under certain conditions. So it's nothing wrong with the cauliflower. They will taste just as good as the non-purple ones, but it's not a lot of purple on them. But I did a little bit of research, and the research that I found was that basically up under stress, so if the cauliflower is up under any type of stress, it will turn purple. And I'm sure many of you know, or you may have purchased a purple cauliflower before. So they do have purple cauliflowers. I went ahead and I rinsed these two cauliflowers off just to check to see if there were any live bugs on them. I did not see anything. I went ahead and added vinegar, baking soda, and salt along with the water to just let it soak. I'm going to leave this in here for probably approximately 15 minutes. Really not sure how long I should soak them, but I think they look pretty good. I'm excited. Can't wait to taste them. And I did some research on the turning purple. There's nothing wrong with this, so you can eat it just fine. As a matter of fact, you can buy cauliflower that's purple all over. So yeah, again, it's just a sign of stress. So I'm gonna let these soak for a little while, make sure everything is dead, they're clean. You probably can't tell on the video, but I can tell that water is dirty looking. So of course it's been outside in the elements and dirt and everything's been blowing on them. So yes, let me see, can I zoom in? Well, it still can't really tell that good, but I can tell. Hopefully you all can tell how dirty that water is, and I'm sure it's going to be even darker once I let it soak longer. It's kind of yellowish right now, I would say. Okay, I decided to go back and do a voiceover over this portion here. So I am doing a walkthrough of my mini garden today just to look at the damage from the storm. And my tomatoes took a hit. As you can see, the limbs are just leaning over, but from what I could tell, they were not just completely damaged, like the limbs were not broken, but they were bent. So I got my tomato cage, which I should have already done this, but I'm just not doing it after my vacation. So this side here, these are smaller. I started these about 2 to 3 weeks, I think, after the larger ones. So they did not take that much damage from the hailstorm, and nothing was damaged right here in my standing flower bed or my raised garden bed. That little tomato down there is looking pretty good. Of course, it was protected up under the garden bed. So yeah, overall everything looked pretty good. My watermelons there are fine. That sunflower is looking good. However, I did notice that my leaves are kind of yellowish. I'm not sure if you all could tell. So I did add some Epsom salt to the soil on yesterday, and I'm about to go outside in a few minutes. I'm going to add some acidifier to pretty much all of my pots and plants and garden beds, because I purchased a pH tester, and I tested everything yesterday, and almost everything was just like out of order. My blueberries were kind of close. I think they should be around anywhere between 4.5 to 5.5, and they were like 6.0. That was the closest thing I think that I had to be in normal. So I'm just going to add a little bit to my blueberries, but that would explain why my leaves are turning different colors on my blueberry plants instead of just being green, right? And so, yeah, I'm going to add it to every single pot that I have there. That's my corn. It's looking beautiful. And my pepper plant that I added to it, I forgot I was going to add some peas to that pot there just so I can have some nitrogen added to the soil. So I'll do that. I will do that today when I go out to add the soil acidifier to my plants. Yeah, I'm pointing at, I think the sugar baby watermelons, they're still kind of small, so I think I'm going to add some fish fertilizer too. I was scared kind of to add that to this bed initially because I just didn't want pests and everything to go straight to the bed. I did see a few ants, so but I'm going to add the fish fertilizer today too as well. Hopefully that's not too much. The soil acidifier plus the fish, I think it's emulsion. And I'm saying fertilizer, but yes, I did add some peas, some black eyed peas to this garden bed here. So I think I added like 4 or 5 plants, and they sprouted while I was on vacation, so they are growing pretty fast. Again, that was done to add nitrogen to the soil. Let me get it out. But yes, anyway, I harvested my cauliflowers as you all saw. I decided not to keep those leaves. I were going to cut them up and freeze them, well, clean, them first. But anyway, I decided not to keep them. I saw too many slugs or snails on them. I'm like, ugh, I don't even want to eat them now. But yeah, I'm just taking a quick look over everything. I'm going to show you all this garden bed without the net over it in a little bit. But I'm determined to keep those zucchinis off in there, even though they are getting pretty large. I don't want that squash vine borer to get to my fruit this year, so I have to protect it at all costs. But I am thinking about moving at least one of those plants to that pot right there that I had the cauliflower in. Now, I did add my green tomato to this pot. So I may have to move that. I'm not sure if I'm going to show you all that in this video here. But yeah, I did end up moving my green tomato yesterday out of that raised garden bed. And here I just have some mini peppers, an okra plant, some sage, and some zinnias, and also some purple potted peas. I don't know what those are. I've never heard of them before. I was looking for some purple hull peas because I love those. And I saw the purple potted, and I'm like, well, I'll just get these because I couldn't find the purple hull peas. This is my overseeded planter here, which I love, by the way. I can't wait until my flowers bloom. I had some Shasta daisies. I have some Shasta daisies and petunias off in there, and I had. Hopefully they bloom. But anyway, these are my Better Boy tomatoes, and they are bursting with fruit. So I expected my plant to be taller before they grew, but no, they're not, and that the plant is not that tall. But anyway, hopefully it will grow so I can get some support. So I needed to grow taller so they can lean on that cage that I have there and the limbs will not break. But anyway, that small white pot I have lavender in, it's not growing too well. My fig tree is looking good after the hailstorm. That overseeded carrot pot, I have lavender, and I put something else in there too, valerian. Yes, my nasturtiums are looking good. Hopefully that worked as a trap crop. And I planted these before I went on vacation. This is Spanish lavender to replace the plant that died over the winter. And I did bury that deeper than the other one, so hopefully it lasts. And this here is just some onions. Nothing special. I just threw some onions off in that pot. I didn't even bury them. And they are sprouting. I did the same thing in that other pot too, to keep the squirrels from digging in my yard. And so far it's working. This is just like that other plant with the Shasta daisies and the petunias. I love it green though, even without the flowers. Those are going to get pretty tall and big. Hopefully that stand, it doesn't, fall over, because it's going to get pretty big if everything blooms. These are my snapdragons, and oh, the storm blew most of the petals off, but I had orange, yellow, and red off in that pot. They were so gorgeous. I should have took a picture before I went on vacation. But yep, this is just a view of my small garden. I do need to do something better with it. I'm just not sure, like decorate, just make things prettier, but it'll happen in time. I need to move that wagon too. I actually purchased a storage container. It's supposed to hold up to 100 gallons, so hopefully that's big enough to store my soil in. This is just a little drone break here. Yeah, I am obsessed with the drone delivery from Walmart, and as you can see, it's picking back up the package. Look how neat that is. So people in my community, they are always getting deliveries um, through Walmart using this drone here, and it's a zip line, so it drops the package down below and then it zip it back up, and then it'll just take off. At first I thought someone was watching me while I was in my garden. I'm like, why is this drone hovering over my yard? And I was so upset. So I got my camera out. This was a few weeks ago, and then I figured it out. I'm like, oh, it's delivery. I didn't see the package being dropped or picked up the very first time. I just saw it hovering over my yard. I'm like, I'm bending over gardening and stuff. Why is this thing watching me? But it wasn't watching me. It was probably just trying to find the house
that I got from Hawaii. Seems like a nice thick batter there. About getting ready to flip it over in a minute. Let me take a look at it though first. Yep. Let's see how that look. Ooh.
I can't hardly do any work without this little one right here. So I had to fish the ball out with the broom. Of course, I'm fishing out other stuff too under the couch. But yeah. Give it here. Ooh, Harley, we're knocking over stuff. Be quiet. I'm trying to record my little video. Okay, I managed to put this trellis up. We'll use some tape right there to support this one. It was completely leaning over. Sorry, excuse me. And this one too. That one right there was leaning over. So I got some tape on that one. Oh, I see a flower. My first flower. Hold on. There's a flower. I guess that's what happens when it rains. Let's see. Okay. I think I've been out here long enough. I want to show you all my garden bed without the net over it. And so, again, I have way too many items in here. Not sure exactly what to do yet, but I'm thinking to remove this zucchini plant here in the middle, keep the one on the end, but it's hiding, the one on the end is hiding my carrots back over here, as you can see. Oops, can't see. But here's a carrot there. My eggplant is starting to grow, even though I have some holes in the leaves. I have like 4 eggplants. One green tomato plant. This is the green tomato plant here. Make it smaller. So this is the green tomato plant. I need to put a stick on it. I think it has. There's only one off in here. And I have some ants off in this bed, I think. So let me be careful so I won't crawl on my sleeve. But these are black eyed peas. I have a few of those. And 2 zucchini, marigold. And I think that's it. Oh, peppers, hot peppers. And my peppers are not growing too much because they're shaded, right? They need heat and sun. Oh, Harley, she's beating on the door. And I don't know what this is right here, child. Maybe or marigold, perhaps. And I did remove a tomato plant and put it in this pot, and it seems to be thriving here. Of course, it's in the shade. Went ahead and put a plant
stabilizer. I don't know what it's called, but a plant stabilizer on that one, that green tomato, till I can add something a little more sturdier. I think I'm gonna get one of these out. Uh, this one right here, I don't think this is supporting anything. Yeah, no, I'm gonna use that for my tomato plant right there, because baby, this thing is leaning over. Yeah, this is a good support for this here. And I gotta go get some tape. Just leave that right there. Anyway, as you can see, way too much stuff in this bed. I think that's gonna be it for this video here today. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe for more and like this video. Oh, and I want to, just in case, hold on. This is a citronella candle. There are no bugs or mosquitoes flying around me. Just want to give you that tip.